this might be the worst week yet, actually. I don't know. This week's kind of light. There's like one cool item, but I actually think this is the worst week to date. And I know some of you guys are already so upset typing at your kid. You just don't know fashion, bro. That silk fucking warm suit's the most fire fucking thing ever. And I know you're already typing that because in the world of YouTube, if the YouTuber does not share the exact same opinion, it's like people only watch YouTubers to try to find people who have their exact same opinion. And if you don't have their opinion, you're either a hype beast, a faggot, a piece of shit, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. Like, bro, it's just ridiculous. Why do people watch YouTube? Just to find people that have their exact same opinion, instead of just understanding that everyone has their own opinion. And in my opinion, this week is trash.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time.
What up, YouTube? Welcome to this live, and it is your host, Trunks, aka Young Leonardo DiCaprio. I would say aka Young Milo. No one really corrected me on how to actually say that name. I should probably just Google's it. But I don't really feel like I agree with that comparison at all. That motherfucker looks way too tall to be me. But I could kind of see it in the hair, though. You know, the hair, though. His glasses aren't as cool as mine either. But anyways, today we'll be discussing this week's Supreme drops, and I believe this is week 13? Yep, week 13. Thank you, Drops by Jay, for always having my back. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too stoked on this week's drops. It's pretty weak in my opinion. Some of you guys may disagree, and I'm kind of sad because I really want them to finish this like season off strong. I feel like this was a great season for Supreme. I feel like a lot of people, when they did their season recap, they were hating on it, and a lot of people were like, oh yeah, but like you're just a fucking hypebeast little fag. But I think when they saw some of the collabs, I think they changed their mind. I think that this is a great like season for Supreme. I mean, we've had so much fire. I might even just do like a you know, ending recap of the Supreme season for you guys and let you guys know my opinions on, like, you know, basically everything, my favorites from the season, whatever. But I think this season overall was dope, and it just sucks that it seems like we're ending on a very low point. Like, I've looked through what's left, and it's looking pretty light. Anyways, before we get into the actual drops this week, make sure you follow me on Instagram, which is at the Starr Life. I actually went over this on live, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I always tell you guys normally like, yeah, go follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is super litty. We're getting fucking lit, bro. But I'm not gonna lie, this week was not really that lit. It was more like just a Q&A. But I mean, how can I be lit to this weak-ass drop? And also, of course, make sure you go follow me on Twitter. I will be doing a Twitter poll. Just a little copper drop poll. Really no colors to discuss. If you want to see a poll on there, you can ask me. But I just don't think, based off what's dropping, I don't think I'm gonna do any other polls because I don't think any of these pieces are really deserving of a poll. I might do a fair price poll. Maybe like, what's a fair price for the Supreme stool that I want and I've heard is overpriced. Anyways, let's get into this mother week, okay? Okay. First up, of course, we have the CDG Air Force Ones. And now, I was a fan of these when they came out. I like the design of them. I just don't care for the shoe. I can't wear Air Force Ones. For me personally, I'm just not a huge fan of Air Force Ones. I feel like I can't rock them. I'm smaller, they just look really big and disproportionate. I just feel like when I wear Air Force Ones, it looks like I have big cement blocks on my feet. Like, I just don't care for Air Force Ones. I also don't like the toe box of Air Force Ones. I've never really been a huge fan of Air Forces, but I will say I do like this design. I wish it was on like a Vans Skate High or maybe a Vans Authentic. A Nike Blazer would be super dope to me, but of course that would not be nearly as hype because I'm probably the only one that likes Blazers more than Air Force Ones. Maybe I'll do a poll on that, but I feel like everyone will be like, oh, I love the Air Force Ones. They look so good with my cropped pants. Anyway, so yeah, that's dropping this week. It's got some little eyeballs going down the side, and then it says COMME de GARCONS shirt and Supreme under the swoosh. It looks like it's kind of just like, you know, obstructing that eyeball right there. Overall, I do think it's a cool design, like I said, but it's just not for me personally. I will be trying to acquire this item. As you guys may know, I have a resale page, Robotus Poppy. You guys can go follow that for some deals. I actually sold some items today for a pretty good deal. But anyways, on to the rest of the pieces. Alright, so this week is the Vampirella collab. I'm not familiar with Vampirella. I don't even really know what that is. I feel like, you know, me and Duva were discussing this actually, and I think she worded it best where this is really like a good week for girls because this Vampirilla collab would look fire on some females. I mean, this would be a fire Supreme piece for a female, you know, if she wants to rock that. I will probably go for the shirt. I do think the shirt graphic is actually kind of hard, but yeah, that's probably the only thing I'm going to go for. I'm not going for the hoodie. I'm not going for the jerseys. So yeah, the shirt's like one of the only items that I am like 90% sure that I'll walk away with this week. Obviously, I'm going to go for the Air Forces, but we will see if I'm able to acquire them. I'm not even sure how many people are going for them this week. I guess we'll see in the Copper Drop poll on Twitter. Go follow me, bitch. Anyways, then we have these like the Hearts polo or button up. I think it is. I think it's just a button up, not necessarily just a polo. But anyways, the Hearts button up and the Hearts Harrington jacket. You know, when I first saw the Harrington jacket, I was going to acquire it. When I did the recap, I said I was going to acquire it, but I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up. It's probably, I don't know what the price on it's gonna be. Probably like $180. But regardless, it's not worth it to me. And so yeah, I'm probably going to pass on both of those. We have these shorts. Oh my god, these are hideous. They're cargo shorts. You got some plaid. That baby blue with the shit stained plaid is not doing it for me. That's absolutely disgusting. Then you have these silk warm-up suits, and these are probably gonna be really soft. However, why acquire these when Supreme has already dropped like 4 pairs of warm-up pants that are all way harder than these warm-up pants? It's just pointless, right? So the only ones that I really think might be worth it or might be kind of cool are the canary yellow ones. And with the jackets, I think the same thing. I think that the only like semi-cool colorway is the canary yellow with that like, I don't know, chocolate ice cream brown color mixed in with it. But overall, the other colors are just trash to me. I don't like them. I just don't care for it. I wouldn't mind it, but like I said, the only one that I would really like think is semi-cool is the yellow one. We also have some hats and some bucket hats. Bucket Hat Brick Squad! Okay, so the hats are the denim hats with the Supreme logo all over it. I don't like it, and I like branding. I love heavy branding. I don't mind if Supreme puts their logo all over it. I just don't like how this is placed just completely randomly. It's like they didn't even really pick. They just kind of like randomly like put their hands on the screen. They were like, put a Supreme logo here, put a Supreme logo here, put one here. And yeah, like I said, I like branding because I like to rep brands that I support, you know? Like, a lot of people hate on that shit. A lot of people are like, oh, you're a fucking hype beast. But it's like, I like to rep brands that aren't big, too. Like, if a brand's not big, I like to have their brand on there. I mean, as long as their logo is, like, cool, you know? If their font is clean and it looks good, then yeah, if it's implemented right, I like to rep that shit. Anyways, then we got these bucket hats. These bucket hats are fire. They're gonna be super soft, low key. If you are in search of a bucket hat, I would really recommend that peach one and that like turquoise one on the far left. Maybe the navy one, maybe the black. They're all pretty fire except for the white one. Don't get the white one. But yeah, those are pretty hard. They look super soft. Last but not least, we have the Supreme stools, and oh my god. So, I love these stools. I want this stool really bad. Well, these stools, I think it comes in a set of 4. And I think they're fire. I love the checkered pattern. I think that'd be a super cool item just to have for, like, you know, the future of, like, you know, if you have a pad and you ever, like, you know what I'm saying, you like these brands, you support this shit, it's a cool piece. It's not over the top, like, super loud, but it's like, someone would walk in and be like, oh, that's kind of unique. That looks really cool. It's modern, whatever, you know? But that being said, I heard it's $275, and I don't know how I feel about paying $275 for some stools I don't need right now. So, I don't know. I haven't quite decided, but I'm pretty sure if it's $275, I'm probably going to say no. I mean, it makes sense if you really think about it. Like, the amount of work that they do to create those. I mean, and to provide 4 of them. I don't know how big they are. If it's $275, they better be pretty decent sized. But just overall, I feel like the price makes sense. It's just not a price point I'm willing to pay. So we will see. I'd probably pay like at most $180 to $200. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Overall, I'm not tripping on this week. And I'm not even really super mad that's a bad week. I more or less just kind of wish they would have had a really fire week before this week, because I already kind of went in on last week. And, you know, I don't know, people just, they hate if you go in. It's like, if you go in on Supreme too much, people will be like, oh, you're fake, you don't even really like, if you don't like every fucking thing Supreme does, then you're a fucking fake fake Supreme supporter. You don't really like Supreme unless you fucking like everything. And then if you like everything, they're like, you're a fucking hypebeast, you like fucking everything, dude? I only like fucking Supreme from 1994. If it's past 1994, I don't even fuck with it, because that's when it just started getting too hype for me, man. Started getting way too fucking hype, and then just fucking all these fucking little fucking bitches were wearing it. Nah, fuck that, bro. I only fuck with Supreme fucking 1994 and before. I don't know, bro. Just fucking wear whatever the fuck you like. Who the fuck cares? But hopefully I did a pretty good job with this video and making it exactly 10 minutes long. We will see how good my YouTube skills are. I'm already making like 25% of what I was in ad revenue, but whatever. Who really cares? I sit here and get to talk in front of a camera, and I'm pretty stoked on that. And I get to meet a bunch of cool people like you guys. So thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate everything you guys do. Everyone that watches the videos, likes these videos, shows love in the comments. I cannot say thank you enough. I really appreciate it from the top and bottom of my heart. And as always, keep living the Starr life.
I laid all them busters down, I let my gat explode. Now I'm switching my mind back into freak mode. If you won't skirt, sit back and observe. I just left a gang of those over there on the curb.